My GE washer is flashing lid lock and will not do anything. The other day the power went out and when it came back on a few minutes later the washer for some reason locked, nothing was in it nor was it running. We were able to get it unlocked, but it still is flashing lid lock.
What happened just before your GE washer displayed this message?
The power went out. We were not using the washer before the power went out.
How long has this been going on with your GE washer? What have you tried so far?
It has been 2 days now. We got the lid unlocked. I have left it unplugged for 1 full day.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
We were not using the washer at the time it did this. We have only had it for a little over a year and have had no problems up until yesterday.
Hello, this is Mark. I'll be assisting you today. Sorry to hear you are having issues with your lid lock on your washer. Is the lid actually locked?
We were able to get it unlocked but taking the top apart to release it from the lock itself.
I see you got it unlocked. So if it's not unlocked at present, and you still see the lid locked light flashing, press and hold the start button for 3 to 5 seconds. That will hopefully clear the lid lock light. What is the correct status of the display? Do you see the lid locked light on still?
When I open the lid, no lights come on. I have to turn a dial before lights come on. Then the lid light is flashing. When I hold the start button down for 3 seconds it beeps but the lid lock light is still flashing. After I hold it down for 3 seconds all the lights go off but when I turn a dial it comes back on.
Okay. So did you damage the lid lock at all when you opened it? I can explain what likely happened with this. Likely the power outage was accompanied by a voltage spike and possibly a couple power outages. Then what happens is that will cause the computer control board to act up and off and it can do things like lock the lid or try to start a cycle. Or cause the pump to come on. So, this was caused by the computer board and a glitch it encountered. I would unplug the washer from outlet for 5 to 10 minutes, then plug back in, which resets the computer board software, and hopefully will resolve this.
No. Our power went out the other day when it came back on the washer was flashing lid lock. We were not using the washer then the power went out so not sure why it triggered the machine to turn on.
In some cases when you force open the lid lock, it can get damaged. I see you mentioned you had to gain access to it to get it to unlock, correct? Since you did that, you might have damaged it, and then the computer board acts up too.
I had the washer unplugged for over 12 hours, and when I plugged it back in before reaching out to you it still is doing it. Yes, we gained access to get it unlocked. Do you think replacing the lid lock part would fix the problem then?
So in this case, you are looking at one of two things: the computer control board is faulty, or the lid lock was damaged when you forced it open. That can cause this to happen for sure.
Okay. So would the cheaper route be to try to replace the lid lock control first?
Here is what I would do if this were my washer. I would replace the lid lock. If that did not get the computer board back up and running normally, then I would replace the computer board. Since you can return the part if that does not work, then you won't be out any extra money. The reason I mention this approach is that the computer board is not something that one can just test. One has to rule out all other causes before you fall on the board being faulty. I can find the lid lock for you if you provide me with the full model number, usually found on the edge of opening to washer with the lid raised up. And yes, lid lock is always less expensive than the computer board.
Okay, thank you. Model hash serial hash.
You are welcome, stand by please. Here is the lid lock part link. https://www.easyapplianceparts.com/partinfo.asks. Inventory equals 123432280 and source code equals 1 and search term equals GTW465ASN0WW and model num equals GTW465ASN0WW and model ID equals 7884784. It's about $25. Washer control board part link. https://www.easyapplianceparts.com/partinfo.asks. Inventory equals 127305586 and source code equals 1 and search term equals GTW465ASN0WW and model num equals GTW465ASN0WW and model ID equals 7884783. Computer board part number is hashtag WH22 by 29556 and often you can Google search computer board WH22 by 29556 and find other sites that sell it, some less and some more. You want to also make sure the lid strike on the lid is not damaged. But replacing the lid lock should take care of the issue. If not, then the computer board is faulty and will need to be replaced. Having been damaged by a voltage spike.
Okay, thank you so much for all your help. It is much appreciated. I will try to replace the lid lock first. I've tried to call GE themselves, but my working hours don't comply with theirs.
That happens, you are welcome. Happy to help out. You will save about $130 by doing this yourself anyway. Make sure you unplug the washer from outlet when you replace this lid switch, or any other part.
Will do. Thank you again.
You are welcome. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you. I do not at this time, but saved you in my favorite on the app if I have any further questions.
Great. Have a good day.
You too, thank you again.
You are welcome.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.